Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then just welcome. So yeah, I've been back from Little Craft Fest for a few days now, aka Houston Stationery Fest, and this was held in Conroe, Texas, and let's talk about it. So one of the main reasons that I'm making this video today is just to kind of go over some of the things that I received from my haul, different workshops, things like that, mainly because I've made a promise to myself to not open any of it until I made this video. So the motivation is there to just get it done, right? Back in January, I think the tickets went on sale around the 17th, I believe, January 17th. I purchased my ticket on the 18th and it was already sold out for the 3-day pass. So that kind of sucked, but I can just attend Friday and Saturday. My husband actually decided he was going to go with me on day one, so we were going to do that. And he wanted to be like my emotional support shopping bag because he was going to hold everything, which is actually really nice, and he was very helpful. So what we ended up doing was we ended up getting 2 one-day passes for Friday and then one-day pass for Saturday. We opted to come back on Sunday because my daughter was having a baby shower. We wanted to make sure that we were going to get back in time for that. Day one was pretty interesting. There was a lot of people there. We had a 12 a.m. or entry time. So if your ticket was for 12 o'clock entry time, then you couldn't get there any earlier than 11:30. I mean, you could get there, but you just couldn't check in before that. There was a lot of cool spaces there. They had a place where you could just kind of rest and plan and, just gather, kind of like a lobby area. So once we got there, they ended up giving us some wristbands and some lanyards. So these were like little custom lanyards that they gave. And these were really cute. They have like all of the sponsors on it, and it just says Little Craft Fest. You write your name on it. And it has some QR codes for some helpful information on the back. So if you need some help with the event guide, the merch table, and the workshop schedule, then it gave you that if you were just able to scan it with your phone. So I thought that was pretty helpful. And this was a nice touch too. This was really cute. Each day, individual day, I know that they had a completely different wristband for the 3-day pass, but each individual day you got a different color. So because I only attended 2 days, I only got 2 different colors. So I got a blue and a green. They did give you this craft guide thing, and this was really cool. It just has some information about the sponsors, about the workshop schedules for each individual day. So you had the workshop schedule for the 24th. Friday the 24th, it had all of the information there for Saturday and Sunday. It even gave you a map of all of the individual vendor tables, which this was really cool. Another thing that I noticed while I was walking around the vendor tables, that they actually had maps at the end of each aisle. So here at the end of this aisle, it told you who all was located in here if you didn't happen to have this with you. So I thought that was a really nice touch too. There's some participants in the stamp rally, so it told you this vendor was participating on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and it was color-coded, so like, this was just so organized. It was really nice. So I've only been to maybe one other crafting stationery fest, and that would have been Go Wild, and this was like leaps and bounds. Such a better experience than Go Wild, in my opinion, just because of the attention to detail for some of the things, and it was just so cool. We have a whole list of the vendors here, the participants of the stamp rally. So if you purchase something from their table, then they stamped it. I didn't get all the stamps that I needed to get, but I wasn't really trying to gather all of them, because I think here you had to purchase like from 8 different vendors. I don't know if that was 8 different vendors per day or if it was just total. But if I remembered, I had the shop stamp it, and there was a few different ones that I shopped at that didn't have any, that weren't participating. And me only going for 2 days. So I only went for 2 days. And I feel like I got a really good experience out of the whole thing. And let me tell you why. The main reason that I thought that it was so much better than Go Wild was because, one, the ticket prices were only $25 a day per person. So for $75, my husband and I could go for the first day, and I could go for the second day, right? That's pretty cool. The tickets were cheap. You also got to sign up for whatever workshops you wanted to sign up for. They listed the price for everything, and that in itself was pretty awesome. I was like, you know what? This is so much cooler because there's actually cool things that you're getting to do. Like, you're not just having to listen to people speak or anything like that, which probably would be a good addition next year if they decide to do that. the workshops in itself was totally worth it. I'll show you guys some of the things that I got from the workshops and the things that I ended up coming home with here in just a moment. But I thought that this was really cool. The only gripe that I have, okay, is I wasn't able to secure a room at the hotel that it was being held at. So I was not able to secure a room at the Hyatt Regency. I ended up having to book a hotel like a little further down the road. I think it was like the Marriott or something like that. That meant that I had to commute a little bit to get there, which it was not far. That's not the problem. But one of my workshops on day 1 and day 2 were like at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30 in the morning. And my entry ticket wasn't until 12. Because I wasn't able to stay in the hotel, I would have to make the schlep back and forth if I didn't want to wait there for several hours. And one of my workshops on Saturday was like at 9 o'clock. So once the workshop ended, I think it was like 10:30, I had a little bit of time in between to kind of just sit there. It was either that or go back to the hotel. And I was just like, you know what? It's fine. I'll just wait. But that's one of my gripes, okay? So we did get some really cute stuff. You got some really cool little souvenirs. This little booklet, you got your little wristbands, things like that. Plenty of things for ephemera. Okay, so one of the workshops that I signed up for was the Archer and Olive Creative Block Workshop. Now, I will be honest, I didn't get to attend that too, but I did know that you could pick up the items from your workshop if you weren't able to attend. Workshop number 2 was an Esterbrook Traveler's Notebook type of situation, and this was really fun. I actually did get to attend this one, and I had a blast with it. So I'll show you guys what was in here in just a moment. And the last workshop that I signed up for was how to make your own tarot cards. And this was with the author Jessica Rue, illustrator Jessica Rue. And I opted to purchase the 78 card deck that was offered, and that was actually really cool. We actually got to spend some time with her. So I did get a extra tarot card set in here, as well as a guidebook, and on top of getting to listen to Jessica speak about some things that what her process is, and some of the ideas that she has, going over the major arcana, and it was just so much fun. So I believe this class was $85, but I'll put a correction at the top of the screen if I need to, okay? Okay, so now for some of the stuff that I got from the workshops. This was from the Esterbrook Traveler's Notebook workshop. We started off by getting this really cool set of stamps. So I was like, oh, okay, I really like that. They're wooden stamps. This came with some luggage tags, and it has like some adhesive on the back. I thought that was pretty cool. It did come with a ink pad, a black ink pad, I believe, which I have not opened, as you can see. It did come with some additional stickers, ephemera, and I can go through this really quick. Apologies for the noise, though, because that crinkle can be annoying, but, you know, we'll make do. All right, so here's just some of the cups that are in there, little ephemera. I don't know what material this is, but it's really soft. I really like this color combination, too, like the orange and the blue and the brown. It's actually really nice. And I don't really like a ton of color, but this is actually really cool. Me and My Happy Desk. I'm not sure who that is, but, you know, we can look into it and follow them if need be. All right, so you got some gift tags here. So some of these I didn't even end up opening while we were doing the workshop. So Flight Nowhere. Esterbrook. Okay, Nowhere. And limited time. Last time this was your page, so I'm assuming this is a bookmark. Okay. And I believe these are stickers. So let's look at those. And I'm sorry if I'm breathing heavy. Like, my nose is so stuffy. The allergies here in Texas have been ridiculous. We've had, like, tornado weather lately. It's so awful. Just blows in all kinds of crap, and then you can't breathe for, like, 3 days. Okay, so it appears that these are some vinyl Esterbrook stickers. So it's a hamburger, travel workshop, a cupcake, travel slow, take your time, and truly enjoy the journey. This one's really pretty. It's got a map background on it. Travel journal, list of goodies, escape. It's got a suitcase. Waypoint, a meaningful stop on your journey. Some vintage looking flowers. A hello introduction sticker, as well as a traveler's notebook. Okay, so this one did come with some washi. I'm not really sure how I feel about the washi, to be honest. It does look like it has some fountain pens, some journaling themes on it, food themes. So you got pancakes on this one. As you can see, I haven't even opened it. Luggage and travel theme. While I don't mind these colors, I don't think I really care for them on washi. So I may be gifting that to somebody else. Oh, this was one of my favorite things. It was really confusing because I didn't know what this was. And as it turns out, it's a bookmark. It's meant to be a bookmark, but it is in the shape of a fountain pen. And it's pretty thick. I don't know if this is real leather, if this is pleather or faux leather, whatever you want to call it. But it has some really cool gold accents. In case of adventure, start writing. I thought that was really neat. So I really like this, and I may, in fact, use this as a bookmark. Now, this was confusing. So I wasn't really sure what this was until I opened it up, but it's just in this little tin container, and it says ideal for rubber stamps or wooden stamps. And I was like, I'm thinking it's an ink pad, like a travel ink pad. I ended up swatching them while we were in the workshop, and these were really pretty. So that was a nice surprise. This is a really interesting pouch because I'm not sure what material this is, but it reminds me of those bags that you can get from the post office, and it's kind of similar. Like, it's not quite plastic, but it's not cloth either. But it does have the ability to be sewn, so that was interesting. It came with a button clasp here, and it had some stamps in it. So it looks like you have a month lineup list, so you have like the months, you can list them here. This one has what I'm buying, like the amount and what it's for. Okay. All right. It's about food, so you can rate the food at a particular spot if you'd like. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and what you rate the restaurant. Maybe just the experience in general. And this one is a travel log. You could just circle one of these Monday through Sunday and just write a little note about your travel adventures. So these were cute. I like this little container, this little folder, pocket, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if I'll keep the stamps in there, but we'll see. I do plan on keeping all of those. This was also a lot of fun. These are some patches that they included, and they have these really heavy duty 3M stickum glue on the back. These were really cool. So it just says Esterbrook, USA, Esterbrook, USA. Personally, I really like this one, and I considered sticking it on my traveler's notebook, so we'll see. Oh, that also reminds me. It did come with a traveler's notebook. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But it did come with a faux leather type of traveler's notebook, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cheap. It wasn't like super, you know, luxury or anything like that, but it was a really nice gesture. Okay, so I appreciate that. It was like a really thick material. I'm not even sure what happened here, but okay, so I guess that snapped. But it was included in the kit. Okay, it did come with 2 inserts, which I thought was really nice. So you could use these as, you know, just things to document your trips or whatever if you really wanted to. Personally, I'm not going to use it. I'll be honest. What I may do is I may do like a little giveaway bundle and maybe include that of all the things that were included that I wasn't really a big fan of. We'll see. So here's a normal traveler's notebook, and it's about the same height, but it's a little wider. So I thought, well, maybe it's like an A5 Slim. It's not quite A5 Slim either. So A5 Slim is a little bit wider than that as well. I wasn't really sure what to think of this, other than it wasn't really my thing. I'm not probably going to keep it, so. But moving on. Oh, the last thing, last but not least, was this little pouch where you could keep all of your stuff. And I really like this color combination. This light blue with the orange and the dark brown. Thought it was really cute. Not usually something I would pick for myself, but I really do like this. So I'm going to put all of these things back in here, and I'll show you guys what I got from my final workshop. All right, so last but not least was my Archer and Olive creative block workshop, and I guess like working through that. The workshop itself was like $65, and in my opinion, it was totally worth it because I think it included way more stuff than the $65 price point. As I mentioned, I didn't get to attend, but I did hear from a couple other people that actually did get to go, and they thought it was perfectly fine. It was a good workshop and well worth the money. All right, so I'm going to show you this one thing first, mainly because I've already taken it out of the box. and it was in this huge box here. And look at this packaging though. Isn't that insane? Like all the gold stars, the purple, the black, the blues. It's really pretty. So as you can see, there's a theme here. It's like celestial type of thing. But what came in it was this cup holder. It does have the Archer and Olive emblem there at the bottom, which is nice. It's ceramic. It has some stars, some moons on it, and it's kind of like that oil slick iridescent black. I've been putting some of my pens, rulers, and scissors in it. All right, so I wanted to show you guys that first, but I'm going to move it back to the corner of my desk. First things first here, it says Archer and Olive gel pens. So opening this, let me struggle with this for just a moment. Sorry about that. That was really stuck in there. All right, so these are gel pens, and it looks like they are gold and silver. And I believe the ink is gold and silver. This is a silver and purple barreled pen. It's a gel pen. And I opened it, I think the other day, but I believe it's silver ink. Look at that. All right, cool. I don't really anticipate keeping these either. These are really nice, but I don't know. I just don't like heavy pens like this, at least not for gel pens. And this is gold ink, but it's a really pretty barrel as well. It's like a cream color with gold accents of suns. This one has stars. What do you guys think? Do you think I should go ahead and put these in a giveaway as well? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And I really am considering it because I'm just like, I don't really have a need for them. And I know I want them to go to people that would really enjoy them. So yeah, we'll just put these off to the side and for a possible giveaway. All right, so it does come with this card, but I'm not going to show you that to you just because there's a discount code on it. We'll just kind of go into it. Okay, this first box, I believe, is collage paper. So there's 2 books of collage paper, and you can see the theme. So we have something that's kind of dark, night sky, a lot of stars, moons. Yeah, that's really cool. Look at that. That's so pretty. Okay. So I'm going to use the hell out of that, I think. And a lighter theme like daylight, brighter colors, clouds, sunsets, daybreak, obviously some suns, different vibrant colors. I like that. I didn't think I would. So these are the collage books. All right, so I don't think I've opened this yet, but I think these are the washi tape. Forgive me, I struggle to open this stuff all the time. Ooh, I like that. That's a bit thick though. That is a thick roll of washi. It's got some holographic moons and stars on it. This one isn't quite as thick, but it's like a copper color, maybe like a bronzy color. I wouldn't call it rose gold. All right, so this has some suns on it. Kind of like light pastel colors, purples and pinks. As well as some stars, more purples and pinks. A little bit on the darker side, a little bit more purple than pink. Not really too big on this one. I may throw that in the pile, but these for sure, I really do like these. So this is a paper pack. I did actually open this one because I was very curious as to what was in it. But these are alphabet stickers. And there's A, B, I mean, you get the idea, right? So there's C's. Well, actually, B, C, D, all the different letters of the alphabet, there's even some numbers in here. And these would be very useful if you're wanting to create like little headers or something. I think that's cool too. I think this is the dual notebook. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. I see what they did here. Is that really one notebook? Oh, look at that. It's kind of shimmery, kind of, not glossy, but it's got like a sheen to it. It's got a moon here in the front. This book belongs to, it's got black dot grid paper. Oh, it even has some bookmarks too. Okay. Is that just for one side or is that for both sides? So it's like it's 2 books like pasted together, but they're in opposite directions. Oh, look at that. So it's kind of split right here in the middle. So you got the blue and the white. All right. And it does look like there's some bookmarks there. So that's neat. And this is the light side. So it's got the suns and it's got white dot grid paper. Although this one does have the Archer and Olive charm on it, but this one doesn't for some reason. Okay. Well, that's cool. I like that. I'm not sure how functional that'll be, though, if I'm being honest. Oh, I hate to say it, but I think I might have to throw that in the giveaway, too. Just because I really don't have any use for this. I don't know. Maybe I could put it towards memory keeping for the baby, but I already do that. So I don't really think I do have a need for that. Okay. So that's consideration for the giveaway pile. Okay. So we'll set this off to the side. This box is gorgeous, though. Oh my gosh, never mind. I spoke too soon. I have not bought Archer and Olive products in a while. Like, it's been years. I would go through the notebooks way too quickly, and I just stopped using them for bullet journaling because it was just so... I was just buying so many of them because I would use like one a quarter, and it was driving me nuts. And they aren't really cheap, so... they're good if you like that really thick paper. They're really high quality notebooks, and I love that about them, but it just wasn't cost effective for me. But this box, even if I don't use the notebook inside of this, I mean, this box alone, man, is so pretty. I could put something in this. So it looks like the holographic type of foiling, this dark purple. And it's on the side too. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got a pen loop here. It's got a dark purple band here in the front. Okay. It's got some of the foiling and stars printed on the inside. And it appears to be the white dot grid paper and the A5 size. It does have the 2 bookmarks, and it does have a silver charm here. All right. And these are in the purple color. The ribbon bookmarks are in the purple color. All right. And it has a standard pocket in the back. I do remember that being a thing with their notebooks. So that's really cool. So again, I haven't purchased any notebooks from them in quite some time. I did get a llama, like accordion style little notebook from Go Wild, but that was like really the last thing that I got from Archer and Olive. And this is cool. I will say that I did get something else from their table, but this was just what was included in the workshop box, and for $65, I think it's well worth the money. Especially if you are familiar with their products, you know that this kind of goes above and beyond what the price point is. So that's pretty cool. Give me a minute, guys. Oh, 192 pages, ultra thick, 160 GSM paper, which is pretty standard, I think, for most of their product. Okay, so I think that's everything for the Archer and Olive items. So I'm going to pause this video for a moment, go get a drink of water, and when I come back, we'll go through all of the things that I purchased separately from the vendor marketplace, okay? I'm going to open this with you. This was one other item that I got from the Archer and Olive table that I was really trying not to buy a whole bunch of their products. Not because I don't enjoy them, it's just I don't have a ton of need for them. And if I purchased anything, it would be solely for the main reason of just to have it. I couldn't pass this up. I could not just leave this notebook there. It was so pretty. It is a black notebook. The packaging is stunning. It looks like a tarot card. Vegan leather. It is the A5 Cute Bat Blackout Dot Grid Notebook. 160 GSM paper. So that's awesome. I thought it looked really cool. I will find a use for it eventually. And even if I don't, I just think it looks so cool because look at this. What is not to love about that? That is so fucking cute, really. Black dot grid paper. I have not had one of these blackout notebooks, like ever, but I really wanted to try it. You have the little charm here on the ribbon, which is also in black. Oh, the pocket's even black. Look at that. Cool. A black elastic band and pen loop. So, like I said, I don't have a, like, immediate use for this. And that's okay. I think I just want to look at it. So, back in the box it goes. And that was really the only thing that outside of the workshop merchandise that I got. I did try to refrain myself somewhat. So this is really nice. I'm going to keep this. So let's try to hurry through this because it's already getting at 45 minutes here, and I want to make sure that this doesn't go on forever. This was from a shop called Panty Cat, and it was an ornament. I thought that this was so cute. I just kind of walked up to the vendor's table and just was like, all right, what do you got that's got black cats on it? And so she pointed this out, and I was like, you know what? I'm sold. That is so cute. It's a Christmas ornament, but, and I know we're a little bit of a ways away from Christmas, but I just couldn't pass it up. I thought it was so cute. It is a little black cat. It kind of reminds me of Inky, and I thought that would be perfect addition to our tree this year. So this is a really cute card that she included. I love it. And she also included this one. Hello, this is Panty Cat. I've never heard of this shop before. It was just one of the random ones that I came across, and I thought it was so cute. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like titties. Okay. Like, what is that? It could be dessert, but it could be titties. All right. So it says that her at is Victoria_Llama, pantycat.com if you guys are interested. So I thought this was adorable. That was one shop down. Oh, I forgot to include some of the things I got from the Jessica Rue Tarot workshop. And she did include some vinyl stickers. So we have the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Sun. I thought these were so pretty. And these are some of the cards that are in the deck, as well as a bookmark. But these were some of the things that I'm just going to keep that were separate. So these are just some vinyl stickers. And it looks like, looking at this right now, I do have a couple of strays that I had from the workshop. So I'll just show you guys really quickly. These actually came with the Esterbrook kit. So just some vintage looking stickers, borders, numbers, letters. And I think that might be it. Archer and Olive, when I did purchase from them, they had some free stickers just sitting there, and they were like, hey, yeah, just take however many you want. Edding had some stickers kind of floating around out there too, so I just took some of those. Okay. This vendor's table was called Vixenverse. They did not have any additional packaging, which kind of was disappointing, and I'll show you guys why here in just a moment, but they had some really minimal stickers. And I love the ones that I got. So these are just in these little plant icons. And there's so many on the page. And it's washi paper. Perfect for me because it's super thin. This one was birthday cake icons, book icons, and meal icons. When I say that they didn't have any packaging, unfortunately when I stuck them in my bag, they started to get loose from the plastic here. And ended up ripping right here, and I was really disappointed. But thankfully, I did not lose any of the icons, so they survived. They did offer a card, and it says Chronically Offline Club. So for the minimalism thing, which was kind of ironic there, but it was, you know, it was nice to have options. So I had that here. I did purchase from them. I cannot pronounce the name of this shop, but I'll include the name at the corner of the screen. She did offer this little bag, which I took every bag that I possibly could because of ephemera, you know? Okay. She had some really adorable vinyl stickers. So again, I was searching for black cats. This particular black cat had a cauldron. It had some ghosties. It was really cute. I love it. It had like a tuxedo cat, and it says Hissy Puffy. This one says, with you forever, which I love the concept because if one of mine ever passed, I would be devastated. I thought this was adorable, like kind of like a little evil cat. I don't know, or like I think it was like something along the lines of die. I'll try to find Google Translate and we'll see what we can do, but just this, it's just adorable. So I was like, all right, I'm sold. And most of these vendors had little specials where if you bought like a certain amount, you got a discounted price. Of course, you could buy them individually if you wanted to, but if you bought more, it was somewhat less. All right, so this is from Faith Cow. So it's Faith Calculator and faithcow.com. Again, her own packaging, ephemera. That's right. Okay, so I almost forgot what I purchased from her. But vinyl stickers. So another black cat, and this is so cute. I love this. This really chubby wubby plant cat in her little pot. I love that. Because if she fits, she sits, right? These peas in a pod, and it just says, yippee! I thought that was cute. I also got a card from her because my sister's birthday is coming up, and my sister loves cherries, and I thought these were adorable. She'll love it. So I got that for her. She doesn't watch my videos, so I'm safe. It's because I purchased a set amount. I think it was like $35. She gave me this really cute promotional image, and it just says, on my way to buy more stationery. She offered 2 different colors. I think it was like pinkish yellow and this blue yellow, and I opted for the blue because I think that was really cool. So we'll just put these off to the side. This though, this is so ridiculous. I don't even know why I bought this. Honestly, but it's so cute. It's prawnography. And it was just like a little zine that she had there. My husband really liked it. So we're just like, I was like, you know what? We'll buy it. Volume 1, it's just meant to be silly, okay? 24 pages of silly, sexy, and surreal shrimp. Like, what the hell? But it's really cute, okay? I'll show you guys a couple pages as not to spoil it, but prawnography here. Hilarious. And just some shrimp pictures. So they're at a shrimp instead of Shrek. Okay, so they're at a show, a matinee, if you will. Let's see. Just doing shrimpy things in their everyday life. Delicious water bug. Eat it all, There was this one. I was like, this is so cute. And I don't know, like I said, my husband just loved the novelty of it, so we ended up getting it. Printed in Berkeley, California. And here is the website here. I just thought it was really cute. It's ridiculous, really. That's what I ended up getting from her shop. All right, so AM Paper Co. That I believe as of the end of Little Craft Fest, she's done a rebranding. And I'll share the name there. But I thought all of her items were really cute. Kind of like this vintagey type of dark aesthetic, which I loved. So she had these mystery envelopes for like $20, and they had sticker pages in it, and I chose dark. So we'll open it and see what it looks like. All right, so let's set this off to the side. I did get a couple of stickers from her. I got this really cute little voodoo doll looking thing. And I think this was a freebie that she offered, so that was really nice of her. And I got a couple of pet tapes. I figured these were small enough to where I could use them. And yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can show you guys what these are real quick. Okay, so these were really cute. These were fairies. I don't have any other pet tapes because I just don't think I will use them all, but this was a perfect amount. Even if I don't use them all, I think they were like $5 a roll, and I could be okay with that. Sunset and Stardust. Let's look at that. Some of the stickers there. Those are really pretty. I love the colors. These are off the side. Let's go ahead and open this up. And here's some of the stickers. So these are kind of on theme with the little fairy ones. So those are cute. Oh, look, the little voodoo dolls. That's cute. And these are Carnival. Not really sure if that's my vibe, so we'll see. Lock and Key Neutral. And Victorian Goth Florals, which are my vibe, so I love that. This is like washi, so it's a little bit different material. Like I said, these were mystery items, but there's some full sticker sheets in here. Cafe, obviously about coffee, so I love that. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty good with like 90% of that. Whatever I don't want, I'm sure I can find a home for. That was really fun. Okay, so this was one of the ones I was really excited about. And this was Savannah Scribble's shop. And she was super nice. So I was like, oh, I love your channel. Because who doesn't, right? And my husband and I were talking about finding art prints to keep in our house. We have several that I collect from different various artists. So I know that there's a couple from, like, say, for example, White Stag. Some other artists that we find on Etsy. But I do want to create one of these little collage wall things of just various different art prints from different people. And this is one of the prints that I chose from her shop. It is a ghostie sitting in a little cafe on a rainy day. He's got his journal or a book. I don't know. It's adorable, okay? So I'm going to put this in a frame and probably hang it by my front door. And I'll have to show you guys at a later time what it looks like. But it's really cute. And some of the other items that I purchased from her shop was this really fucking cute cup. Like the ring is coming out of the cup. Okay. What is her name? Samara. She's coming out of the cup. This is Alien, like the xenomorph. And it's got a coffee cup. Look at it go. And we got Scream Face, whatever they call that. He's got coffee too. And she did throw in this freebie, and it's really cute too. It's obviously a ghost. He's over here filming and writing in his journal. Isn't that cool? So cozy stationery goodies, and this is from Savannah Scribble Shop. So I love that. Definitely go follow her if you don't. Okay, Lauren Phelps Designs. I don't think any introductions needed in the planner community. All I really got from there was these. Oh, these are warped. I didn't even notice that. Huh. That's disappointing. But large adhesive card pockets. I'm wondering if that was... I didn't have these in heat, so I don't think there should be a reason for that. Unless I just really didn't pay attention, which is likely because... Let me tell you, if you were in that vendor room on Saturday, it was ridiculously hot. Okay, so these are just card pockets. So these are adhesive card pockets for a smaller size planner and a larger size planner. And I figured she was out there. I was just going to go ahead and purchase them because, you know, I don't want to wait for shipping. So there's that. Anyway, so the vendor section, my husband was taller than everybody. So he could see around for aisles. But it was so crowded. You couldn't move. I really wish that they had wider aisles. So maybe a bigger room next time, guys. Okay, so Kunaya. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm probably butchering it, and I'm sorry. But there is a shop here locally, like kind of locally in Carrollton. That would be the closest one to me. And I haven't gone there yet, but my son has, and he raves about it. He says it's really good. But I only got a pen. So this is a Sarasa Nano in the 0.38. It is a blue barrel. It's only $5.55, but it's cute. And it was only $5, and I wanted to test out this ink, so win-win. Plus, I got a free bookmark. This shop was called Casa de Kim, and I love this bag. I'm going to keep it forever. And let's see what we got. So when I said that I was going to keep prints, that was one of the ones that I'm going to keep. And this was a little goat in the colorful Talavera. So it is so cute. I love the color. I was thinking of putting it in my bathroom, honestly. And I love it. Look at that. I don't know what kind of material that is. It's like screen printed, I guess. But it's really cute. I'm really worried about this fraying, so I do want to put that in a frame as soon as possible. But isn't that freaking adorable? Also, they got a little maranito on the back. So it says Casa de Kim. That's so cute. I love that. And the next couple things that I got from her shop was this pink dinosaur that it looks hand painted. It's beautiful, but I got it for my granddaughter and I think she's going to love it. You can also take these off and you could put them on your lanyards, which I didn't because I didn't want to ruin them, but that was an option. I also got an evil eye. So I am going to put this in my Jeep. I think I will put it on the rosary that I have in my Jeep because what Mexican doesn't have a rosary in her car? If you didn't put it in there, somebody gave it to you, okay? All right, so that was it for Casa de Kim. I did purchase some coffee from Talavera Coffee. And I have tried their coffee. They actually gave out a sample free bottle of like either like 3 choices that you could pick from for coffee, iced coffee. And I chose the Mexican vanilla and it was really good. I did not save it for this video, okay? So I bought a couple of vinyl stickers from them because I thought that this print was really pretty. And you'll see it again here soon. I'll show you guys in another video. But I did purchase a bag of their whole bean coffee. I'll have to try it, let you guys know how it tastes. I'm sure it'll be amazing. Last but not least, so I don't know how to pronounce her name, and forgive me if I butcher it, but Shelly Covion? I'm not sure. But I've seen her stationery on Instagram before, and I knew that I wanted to purchase some things for her. And this bookmark was a freebie. So she was offering these. These are really cute. So it says Shelly Illustration, as well as her website down at the bottom. And these are so cute, like vintagey kind of pumpkins and ghosts. I did get a moth sticker sheet. So that was one that I opted to get. And I did get several different vinyl stickers from her. And I'll show you guys what I got. So here is a little dragon, a little worm through a book. Live, love, lurk, little Mothman. Actually, I'll just take that off of there so you guys can see it a bit better. This is a little moth with a 20-eyed die. I thought that was really cute. This is probably my favorite one, though. So I loved it so much, I got two. It says, I identify as a fucking problem. Little vintage bat costume is so cute. Big Feelings Club, a little, I think that's a crow. It might be a crow or raven. I mean, in this illustration, it's hard to tell. But I thought that was adorable. She did have these little freebie extras, so she did offer one of those. She was very, very friendly, just all around, just a nice human. I loved her shop. I kind of wish I got a chance to buy more, but it was so crowded. I just could not stand there any longer. And she was kind of manning it all by herself, so she was stamping, she was getting all the items together for everybody, and I need to get out of there. So that was all the items that I purchased separately outside of the workshops. I had a blast. I really enjoyed my time there. Oh, I said I was going to tell you how much I spent. Okay, give me 1 second. So my grand total for the shops, what I spent on the vendors total was $284.99. And believe me, I could have spent more. I just didn't. I tried to be good. What I spent for tickets were $75, so that included 3 one-day passes. They were $25 each. The workshops total, I spent $221.90. The Jessica Rue workshop was $79.99. Esterbrook was $60, and Archer and Olive was $65. Outside of that, though, outside of all of my expenses, this included hotel, this included a car rental, gas, coffee, food, all of the things like for you to go on a trip. It cost me about $2,000. However, this was still less than Go Wild. And I feel like I got more stuff, oddly enough. If you have any questions or comments for me on all the items that I purchased or any questions about my experience, I'll be glad to answer that. Highly recommend if you guys are looking into going next year, definitely follow Little Craft Fest on Instagram so that way you can get all the details. Hope you guys end up going and hope you guys have fun. And if you do, let me know so we can hang out, okay? All right, I will talk to you guys on the next one. Later.